The origins of English. The story of English begins in the mists of prehistory, intertwined with the fate of the Germanic tribes that roamed the European continent over 2 millennia ago. These tribes, including the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, brought with them their languages as they migrated to the British Isles during the early medieval period. The earliest form of English, known as Old English, Anglo-Saxon, emerged from the fusion of these Germanic dialects with the indigenous Celtic languages spoken by the Britons. It was a language characterized by its complex inflectional system, rich vocabulary, and distinctively Germanic sound. The epic poem Beowulf, composed in Old English around the 8th century, stands as a testament to the linguistic prowess of this early form of the language. Its verses, laden with vivid imagery and poetic devices, offer modern readers a glimpse into the cultural milieu of early medieval England. However, the Norman conquest of 1066 would herald a seismic shift in the linguistic landscape of England. With the ascension of William the Conqueror to the throne, French became the language of the ruling elite, exerting a profound influence on the development of English. Despite the dominance of French on the corridors of power, English endured as the language of the common folk, evolving and assimilating elements from Latin, Norse, and other languages encountered through trade and conquest. This period of linguistic flux laid the groundwork for the emergence of Middle English, a transitional phase marked by the writings of luminaries such as Geoffrey Chaucer. As we embark on this journey through the origins of English, we are reminded of the language's resilience in the face of adversity. From its humble beginnings as a tribal tongue to its eventual ascension as a global lingua franca, the story of English is a testament to the enduring power of language to shape human destiny. Evolution of the English language. As centuries passed, the English language continued to evolve, reflecting the changing socio-political landscape of England and the wider world. The Middle English period saw the gradual emergence of a standardized form of the language, spurred on by the invention of the printing press by William Caxton in the late 15th century. Caxton's printing press facilitated the mass production of books in English, allowing for greater dissemination of knowledge and ideas among the populace. This newfound accessibility played a pivotal role in solidifying English as a language of literature and learning. The Renaissance period witnessed a resurgence of interest in classical languages, such as Latin and Greek, leading to a wave of borrowings and coinages in English. Scholars and writers drew inspiration from the works of ancient philosophers and poets, enriching the English lexicon with a plethora of new words and expressions. The Elizabethan era, often regarded as the golden age of English literature, saw the flourishing of playwrights such as William Shakespeare and Christopher Marlowe. Their works, characterized by their poetic brilliance and linguistic inventiveness, helped to elevate English to new heights of literary excellence. However, it was not until the 17th and 18th centuries, with the advent of the Age of Enlightenment and the rise of the British Empire, that English truly began to assert its dominance on the global stage. The spread of British colonialism brought English to far-flung corners of the world, where it mingled with indigenous languages to form new hybrid dialects and pidgins. The Industrial Revolution of the 19th century further accelerated the spread of English, as technological advancements and economic expansion facilitated communication and trade on a global scale. English became the language of science, industry, and diplomacy, cementing its status as the world's preeminent lingua franca. In the modern era, the advent of mass media and the Internet has only served to reinforce English's dominance as the language of global communication. From Hollywood movies to international business conferences, English is ubiquitous in virtually every sphere of human activity. Yet, even as English continues to evolve and adapt to the demands of the digital age, its roots remain firmly planted in the fertile soil of history. The journey of English is a testament to the enduring power of language to transcend barriers and unite humanity in a shared quest for knowledge and understanding. English dialects and accents. One of the most fascinating aspects of the English language is its incredible diversity of dialects and accents. From the rolling hills of rural England to the bustling streets of New York City, each region boasts its own unique linguistic flavor, shaped by centuries of cultural, geographical, and historical influences. The roots of English dialects can be traced back to the early medieval period, when various Germanic tribes settled in different parts of the British Isles. Over time, isolated communities developed distinct speech patterns and vocabulary, giving rise to what we now recognize as regional dialects. In England alone, there are countless dialects, each with its own quirks and idiosyncrasies. From the clipped vowels of received pronunciation P to the broad vowels of Yorkshire dialect, the sheer variety of accents within a relatively small geographical area is staggering. Across the Atlantic, American English has undergone its own evolution, influenced by waves of immigration from Europe, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. From the drawl of the Deep South to the nasally twang of the Midwest, American accents reflect the rich tapestry of cultures that have shaped the nation's history. But dialects and accents are not confined to the English-speaking world. In countries such as India, Nigeria, and Singapore, English has taken on a distinct local flavor, blending with indigenous languages to form unique hybrid dialects known as Englishes. Despite their differences, English dialects and accents serve as markers of identity and belonging, connecting individuals to their communities and heritage. They also play a crucial role in communication, allowing speakers to convey subtle nuances of meaning and emotion. However, the proliferation of mass media and the homogenizing forces of globalization threaten to erode linguistic diversity, as regional accents give way to a more standardized form of English. Yet, many linguists argue that diversity is essential for the vitality of a language, enriching it with new words, expressions, and ways of thinking. In an increasingly interconnected world, the preservation of English dialects and accents is not just a matter of linguistic heritage, but also a celebration of human diversity. As we navigate the complex tapestry of accents and dialects that make up the English-speaking world, let us cherish the rich mosaic of voices that enrich our shared language. The power of English literature. English literature stands as a testament to the enduring power of the written word to captivate, inspire, and provoke thought. From timeless classics to contemporary masterpieces, the canon of English literature encompasses a vast array of genres, styles, and voices that reflect the richness and complexity of the human experience. The roots of English literature can be traced back to the medieval period, with works such as Beowulf and Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, showcasing the heroic ideals and moral values of the age. However, it was during the Renaissance that English literature truly came into its own, with the works of Shakespeare, Marlowe, and Milton dazzling audiences with their poetic brilliance and philosophical depth. The 19th century witnessed a flowering of literary creativity, with novelists such as Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, and Emily Bronte capturing the spirit of an era marked by social upheaval and technological innovation. Their novels, populated by vividly drawn characters and richly detailed settings, continue to resonate with readers today, offering timeless insights into the human condition. In the 20th century, English literature underwent a period of unprecedented experimentation and innovation, with writers such as James Joyce, Virginia Woolf, and T.S. Eliot pushing the boundaries of form and style. Their works, characterized by their fragmented narratives and stream of consciousness prose, challenged readers to question the very nature of reality and perception. Today, English literature continues to thrive in an age of globalization and digital media, with writers from diverse backgrounds and cultures contributing to the ongoing evolution of the literary tradition. From the magical realism of Salman Rushdie to the gritty realism of Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, contemporary authors explore themes of identity, belonging, and social justice with passion and insight. Yet, even as English literature embraces new voices and perspectives, it remains grounded in the timeless themes and universal truths that have always animated great literature. Whether exploring the depths of human suffering or celebrating the triumph of the human spirit, English literature reminds us of the enduring power of storytelling to illuminate the human condition and inspire us to strive for a better world. English in global communication. English has emerged as the undisputed language of global communication, serving as a bridge that connects people from different cultures, backgrounds, and linguistic traditions. Whether in business negotiations, academic conferences, or diplomatic summits, English serves as a common tongue that facilitates understanding and collaboration on a global scale. The rise of English as a global language can be attributed to a variety of factors, including the historical legacy of British colonialism, the economic dominance of the United States, and the cultural influence of English-language media and entertainment. As a result, English has become the default language of international diplomacy, trade, and tourism, with proficiency in English often seen as a prerequisite for success in today's interconnected world. The dominance of English in global communication has both advantages and disadvantages. On the one hand, it fosters greater cultural exchange and mutual understanding among people from diverse linguistic backgrounds. By providing a common language for communication, English helps to break down barriers and forge connections between individuals and communities across the globe. On the other hand, the widespread use of English can also contribute to linguistic inequality and marginalization, as those who lack proficiency in English may find themselves at a disadvantage in various spheres of life. This phenomenon, often referred to as linguistic imperialism, raises important questions about power, privilege, and access to opportunities in a globalized world. Moreover, the dominance of English has led to concerns about the erosion of linguistic diversity and the marginalization of indigenous languages and cultures. As English continues to spread and evolve, it is crucial to recognize and celebrate the rich tapestry of languages and dialects that make up the world's linguistic heritage. In an increasingly interconnected world, the role of English in global communication is likely to continue evolving, shaped by technological advancements, demographic shifts, and changing geopolitical dynamics. Yet, amidst the flux and uncertainty of the modern world, one thing remains clear: English will remain a powerful force for communication, connection, and understanding in the years to come. English and education systems. The role of English in education systems around the world cannot be overstated. From primary schools to universities, English is often a core subject of study, with millions of students learning the language as a second or foreign language each year. The widespread adoption of English as a medium of instruction reflects its status as the global language of communication, commerce, and technology. Proficiency in English opens doors to a wealth of opportunities, from higher education and employment to cultural exchange and travel. In many countries, English is taught from a young age, with children exposed to the language through immersion programs, bilingual education, or English as a foreign language (EFL) courses. These programs aim to develop students' listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills, preparing them to engage with the global community in English. At the secondary and tertiary levels, English plays a crucial role in academic and professional development. Many universities offer courses and programs conducted entirely in English, attracting students from around the world seeking to further their education in fields such as business, science, engineering, and the humanities. English proficiency is also a key factor in international standardized tests, such as the TOEFL test of English as a foreign language and the IELTS International English Language Testing System, which are often required for admission to universities and employment opportunities in English-speaking countries. However, the widespread emphasis on English in education systems has sparked debates about linguistic imperialism and cultural hegemony. Critics argue that the dominance of English can marginalize indigenous languages and perpetuate inequalities in access to education and opportunities. Moreover, the quality of English language education varies widely across regions and socio-economic groups, with students in wealthier urban areas often having access to better resources and instruction than their counterparts in rural or underprivileged communities. As education systems grapple with these challenges, there is a growing recognition of the importance of promoting multilingualism and preserving linguistic diversity. Efforts to support bilingual education, promote indigenous languages, and provide equitable access to English language education are essential for creating inclusive and equitable learning environments for all students. Ultimately, the role of English in education systems is not just about language proficiency, but also about fostering cross-cultural understanding, critical thinking skills, and global citizenship. By embracing linguistic diversity and promoting multilingual education, educators can empower students to thrive in an increasingly interconnected and multicultural world. Technology and English. In today's digital age, technology plays a central role in shaping the way we learn, communicate, and interact with the world around us. And at the heart of this technological revolution is the English language, serving as the primary medium through which information is shared, knowledge is accessed, and innovation is driven forward. The Internet, with its vast array of websites, social media platforms, and digital resources, has transformed the way we use and perceive language. English dominates cyberspace, with the majority of online content, including websites, blogs, and multimedia, being written and disseminated in English. The ubiquity of English on the Internet has profound implications for global communication and cultural exchange. It has facilitated the rapid spread of information across borders and continents, allowing people from diverse linguistic backgrounds to connect and collaborate in ways that were previously unimaginable. Moreover, the rise of digital communication platforms such as email, instant messaging, and video conferencing has further accelerated the spread of English as a global lingua franca. These tools enable individuals and organizations to communicate in real time across geographical distances, breaking down barriers of time and space. In the realm of education, technology has revolutionized the way English is taught and learned. Online learning platforms, language learning apps, and interactive multimedia resources provide students with access to high-quality language instruction anytime, anywhere. Artificial intelligence and natural language processing technologies are also playing an increasingly important role in language learning and teaching. Chatbots, virtual tutors, and language learning apps use machine learning algorithms to provide personalized feedback and guidance to learners, helping them improve their language skills more effectively. However, the digital divide remains a significant barrier to access for many learners, particularly those from marginalized communities or developing countries. Disparities in access to technology and internet connectivity can exacerbate inequalities in language learning outcomes, reinforcing existing patterns of linguistic privilege and disadvantage. As we navigate the opportunities and challenges of technology in English language education, it is essential to remain mindful of the need for inclusivity, accessibility, and equity. By harnessing the power of technology to expand access to high-quality language instruction and promote multilingualism, we can ensure that English language learning remains a pathway to empowerment and opportunity for learners around the world. Influence of English in media and entertainment. English exerts a profound influence on the global media and entertainment industry, shaping the way we consume and engage with content across various platforms. From blockbuster movies and chart-topping music to best-selling novels and viral videos, English language media and entertainment dominate the cultural landscape, reaching audiences in every corner of the globe. The dominance of English in media and entertainment can be attributed to a variety of factors, including the historical legacy of British colonialism, the economic power of the United States, and the cultural influence of English-speaking countries. Hollywood, in particular, has emerged as a global powerhouse, producing a steady stream of blockbuster films and television shows that captivate audiences worldwide. English language music, too, enjoys widespread popularity and success on the global stage, with artists such as Beyoncé, Ed Sheeran, and BTS dominating the charts and shaping popular culture. The rise of streaming platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music has further expanded the reach of English language music, allowing artists to connect with fans around the world instantaneously. In the world of literature, English language authors continue to produce best-selling books that capture the imagination of readers across generations and continents. From J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series to Stephen King's horror novels, English language literature spans a wide range of genres and styles, offering something for every reader. English language media and entertainment also play a crucial role in shaping societal norms, values, and perceptions. Through movies, television shows, and music, English language artists and creators have the power to influence public opinion, challenge social norms, and spark important conversations about issues such as race, gender, and identity. However, the dominance of English in media and entertainment has raised concerns about cultural homogenization and the marginalization of non-English speaking voices and perspectives. Critics argue that the global reach of English language media can drown out indigenous languages and contribute to the erosion of linguistic diversity. Moreover, the concentration of power and resources in English language media and entertainment industries can perpetuate inequalities in access and representation, particularly for creators and artists from underrepresented communities. As we navigate the complex landscape of English language media and entertainment, it is essential to strike a balance between celebrating the cultural richness and diversity of English-speaking countries and promoting inclusivity, diversity, and representation in the media we consume. By amplifying diverse voices and stories, we can ensure that English language media and entertainment reflect the true diversity of human experience and contribute to a more inclusive and equitable global culture. English in business and commerce. English has become the undisputed language of international business and commerce, serving as a common medium of communication for companies, organizations, and entrepreneurs around the world. From multinational corporations to small startups, proficiency in English is often considered essential for success in today's globalized economy. The dominance of English in business can be attributed to several factors, including the historical legacy of British colonialism, the economic influence of the United States, and the global reach of English language media and entertainment. As a result, English has emerged as the lingua franca of international trade, finance, and entrepreneurship, facilitating communication and collaboration among businesses operating in diverse linguistic and cultural contexts. English proficiency is particularly important in industries such as finance, technology, and tourism, where cross-border transactions and international partnerships are commonplace. In these sectors, fluency in English can open doors to lucrative opportunities and provide a competitive advantage in the global marketplace. Moreover, English language proficiency is often a requirement for employment in multinational corporations and international organizations, where employees are expected to communicate effectively with colleagues, clients, and stakeholders from around the world. Many companies provide English language training and support for their employees to ensure that they have the skills and confidence to succeed in a globalized business environment. English language proficiency is also a key factor in international trade and investment, as companies seek to expand their operations into new markets and forge partnerships with businesses overseas. Whether negotiating contracts, conducting market research, or developing marketing campaigns, the ability to communicate in English is essential for navigating the complexities of the global business landscape. However, the dominance of English in business has raised concerns about linguistic imperialism and the marginalization of non-English speaking cultures and languages. Critics argue that the privileging of English in international business can disadvantage companies and entrepreneurs from non-English speaking countries, reinforcing existing inequalities in the global economy. As the global economy continues to evolve, it is essential to recognize the importance of linguistic diversity and promote multilingualism in business and commerce. By embracing a more inclusive approach to language and communication, businesses can foster greater collaboration, innovation, and understanding in the global marketplace, ultimately leading to more sustainable and equitable economic development for all. English in politics and diplomacy. English has emerged as the language of politics and diplomacy on the world stage, playing a central role in international relations, negotiations, and diplomacy. From diplomatic summits and international conferences to bilateral negotiations and peace talks, English serves as the primary medium of communication for diplomats, government officials, and world leaders. The dominance of English in politics and diplomacy can be attributed to several factors, including the historical legacy of British colonialism, the global influence of the United States, and the role of English as the lingua franca of international institutions, such as the United Nations and the European Union. English proficiency is essential for diplomats and government officials who engage in diplomatic activities and negotiations with their counterparts from other countries. Whether drafting treaties, delivering speeches, or conducting high-level meetings, the ability to communicate effectively in English is crucial for fostering understanding and building consensus on complex issues of global significance. Moreover, English language proficiency is often a prerequisite for employment in international organizations and diplomatic missions, where employees are expected to represent their countries and communicate with colleagues and stakeholders from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds. English language media also play a significant role in shaping public opinion and influencing political discourse on a global scale. English language news outlets, such as the BBC, CNN, and the New York Times, reach millions of viewers and readers worldwide, shaping perceptions of international events and shaping public opinion on key political issues. However, the dominance of English in politics and diplomacy has raised concerns about linguistic imperialism and the marginalization of non-English speaking countries and cultures. Critics argue that the privileging of English in international relations can perpetuate inequalities and reinforce existing power dynamics in the global arena. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the importance of multilingualism and cultural sensitivity in politics and diplomacy cannot be overstated. By embracing linguistic diversity and promoting multilateral approaches to diplomacy, policymakers can foster greater understanding, cooperation, and collaboration in addressing the complex challenges facing the international community. The future of English. As we look to the future, the role of English in the global landscape is poised to undergo further evolution and transformation. While English is likely to remain the dominant language of international communication, technological advancements, demographic shifts, and changing geopolitical dynamics will shape the way English is used and perceived in the years to come. One key trend that is likely to influence the future of English is the increasing importance of English as a second or foreign language in non-English speaking countries. As English continues to be taught and learned by millions of people around the world, the number of proficient English speakers is expected to rise, further cementing English's status as a global lingua franca. Moreover, the rise of digital communication platforms and social media is likely to accelerate the spread of English, particularly among younger generations who are growing up in an increasingly interconnected and digitally driven world. As English language content becomes more accessible and pervasive online, the influence of English is likely to continue to grow, shaping the way people communicate, interact, and engage with the world around them. At the same time, the future of English will be shaped by broader geopolitical trends, including the rise of emerging powers such as China, India, and Brazil, As these countries continue to assert their influence on the global stage, their languages and cultures are likely to gain prominence alongside English, leading to a more diverse and multilingual global landscape. Furthermore, technological advancements such as artificial intelligence and machine translation are likely to make communication across language barriers more seamless and efficient, potentially reducing the need for English as a lingua franca in certain contexts. However, the human element of language, including nuances of culture, context, and emotion, may continue to necessitate the use of human translators and interpreters in many situations. In conclusion, the future of English is likely to be characterized by continued growth, adaptation, and diversification. While English will remain a dominant force in international communication, it will coexist with a multitude of other languages and dialects, reflecting the rich tapestry of human linguistic diversity. By embracing multilingualism and promoting cross-cultural understanding, we can ensure that English continues to serve as a bridge that connects people from different backgrounds and cultures in a globalized world. Challenges and controversies surrounding English. Despite its widespread use and influence, English is not without its challenges and controversies. As the dominant language of global communication, English faces criticism and scrutiny on a variety of fronts, ranging from concerns about linguistic imperialism to debates about cultural hegemony and inequality. One of the most significant challenges facing English is the issue of linguistic imperialism, whereby the dominance of English marginalizes and undermines other languages and cultures. Critics argue that the privileging of English in international communication perpetuates inequalities and reinforces existing power dynamics, particularly in the realms of politics, economics, and media. Moreover, the spread of English can also lead to the erosion of linguistic diversity, as smaller languages and dialects struggle to survive in the face of the overwhelming influence of English. This loss of linguistic diversity only impoverishes the cultural heritage of humanity, but also diminishes the richness and complexity of human communication. Another contentious issue surrounding English is the phenomenon of cultural hegemony, whereby English language media and entertainment promote Western cultural norms and values at the expense of indigenous cultures and identities. Critics argue that the global dominance of English language media can homogenize cultural expressions and marginalize non-Western perspectives, perpetuating stereotypes and erasing the diversity of human experience. Furthermore, the privileging of English in education, employment, and international institutions can exacerbate inequalities and reinforce existing patterns of linguistic privilege and disadvantage. Those who lack proficiency in English may find themselves at a disadvantage in accessing educational and economic opportunities, perpetuating cycles of poverty and exclusion. Despite these challenges and controversies, English remains a powerful force for communication, connection, and understanding in the modern world. By acknowledging the complexities and nuances surrounding the use of English, we can work towards promoting linguistic diversity, cultural inclusivity, and social equity in a globalized world. Ultimately, the future of English will depend on our ability to navigate these challenges and controversies with sensitivity, empathy, and respect for the diverse linguistic and cultural heritage of humanity. By embracing multilingualism and promoting cross-cultural understanding, we can ensure that English continues to serve as a bridge that connects people from different backgrounds and cultures in a spirit of mutual respect and cooperation. English in pop culture. English exerts a significant influence on popular culture around the world, shaping trends in music, film, television, fashion, and more. From Hollywood blockbusters to chart-topping songs, English-language pop culture permeates virtually every aspect of modern life, transcending borders and connecting people from diverse backgrounds and cultures. One of the most visible manifestations of English culture is in the realm of music. English-language songs dominate the airwaves and streaming platforms, with artists from the United States, the United Kingdom, and other English-speaking countries, commanding global audiences with their catchy tunes and infectious rhythms. Moreover, English language music has become a powerful tool for cultural exchange and expression, allowing artists from non-English speaking countries to reach international audiences and share their stories with the world. From K-pop sensations like BTS to Latin music stars like Shakira and J Balvin, non-English speaking artists have found success on the global stage by embracing English as a medium of artistic expression. In the realm of film and television, English language productions also enjoy widespread popularity and acclaim. Hollywood movies and American television shows dominate the global entertainment industry, shaping trends in storytelling, cinematography, and visual effects. However, the dominance of English language pop culture has raised concerns about cultural homogenization and the marginalization of non-English speaking cultures and voices. Critics argue that the global reach of English language media can overshadow indigenous languages and cultural expressions, perpetuating stereotypes and erasing the diversity of human experience. Furthermore, the privileging of English in pop culture can reinforce existing power dynamics and inequalities, particularly in terms of race, ethnicity, and socio-economic status. Those who lack proficiency in English, who do not conform to Western cultural norms, may find themselves excluded or marginalized in the global entertainment industry. Despite these challenges, English language pop culture continues to captivate audiences around the world with its universal themes, relatable characters, and compelling storytelling. By embracing linguistic diversity and promoting cross-cultural exchange, we can ensure that English language pop culture remains a vibrant and inclusive reflection of the global community. English idioms and expressions. English is rich with idioms and expressions that add color, depth, and nuance to the language. These idiomatic phrases, often rooted in cultural traditions and historical contexts, convey complex ideas and emotions in a concise and memorable manner. From everyday conversations to literature and media, English idioms and expressions are ubiquitous in both spoken and written communication. Idioms are phrases whose meanings cannot be deduced from the literal definitions of their individual words. Instead, they rely on cultural conventions and shared knowledge to convey a specific meaning. For example, the phrase "break the ice" means to initiate a conversation or interaction in a social setting, but its literal interpretation would be nonsensical. Expressions, on the other hand, are commonly used phrases or sayings that convey a particular sentiment or idea. These expressions often reflect cultural values, beliefs, and experiences. For instance, the expression "a penny for your thoughts" is a polite way of asking someone what they are thinking or feeling. English idioms and expressions come in a variety of forms, including metaphors, similes, and proverbs. Metaphorical idioms, such as "raining cats and dogs" or "kick the bucket," use figurative language to evoke vivid imagery and convey abstract concepts. Similes, such as busy as a bee" or "like a fish out of water," compare to unlike things using the words "like" or "as." Proverbs, such as "actions speak louder than words" or "better late than never," offer timeless wisdom and advice based on common experiences. These idioms and expressions play a crucial role in communication, allowing speakers to convey meaning more effectively and engagingly. They also serve as markers of cultural identity and belonging, connecting individuals to shared experiences and traditions. However, idioms and expressions can pose challenges for English language learners, as their meanings are often context-dependent and may not be immediately apparent to non-native speakers. Nevertheless, mastering idiomatic language is an essential aspect of achieving fluency in English and understanding its nuances. In conclusion, English idioms and expressions enrich the language with their vivid imagery, cultural significance, and linguistic creativity. By embracing these colorful phrases and incorporating them into everyday speech, we can enhance our communication skills and deepen our appreciation for the richness and diversity of the English language. English language teaching and learning. English language teaching and learning have become increasingly important in our interconnected world, with millions of people around the globe seeking to acquire proficiency in English for personal, academic, and professional reasons. As the dominant language of global communication, English opens doors to a wealth of opportunities, from higher education and employment to cultural exchange and travel. English language teaching encompasses a wide range of approaches, methods, and techniques tailored to the diverse needs and preferences of learners. From traditional classroom-based instruction to online learning platforms and language immersion programs, educators employ a variety of strategies to help students develop their listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills in English. One of the most common approaches to English language teaching is the communicative approach, which emphasizes real-life communication and interaction in English. Through activities such as group discussions, role plays, and collaborative projects, students are encouraged to use English in meaningful contexts, fostering fluency and confidence in the language. Technology has also revolutionized English language teaching and learning, with the emergence of online learning platforms, language learning apps, and virtual classrooms. These digital tools provide learners with access to high-quality language instruction anytime, anywhere, allowing them to practice and improve their English skills at their own pace. Moreover, English language teaching often incorporates cultural elements and cross-cultural communication skills, helping students navigate the complexities of intercultural communication in a globalized world. By learning about the cultural norms, values, and customs associated with English-speaking countries, students develop a deeper understanding of the language and its cultural context. However, English language teaching is not without its challenges. In many parts of the world, access to high-quality English language instruction is limited, particularly in rural or underprivileged communities. Moreover, disparities in resources, infrastructure, and teacher training can exacerbate inequalities in English language learning outcomes. Furthermore, the proliferation of standardized tests and proficiency exams, such as the TOEFL and IELTS, has led to concerns about the commodification of English language learning and the emphasis on test preparation over meaningful language acquisition. As we navigate the opportunities and challenges of English language teaching and learning, it is essential to prioritize inclusivity, accessibility, and equity. By embracing a learner-centered approach, promoting cultural sensitivity, and leveraging technology to expand access to high-quality language instruction, we can empower learners of all backgrounds to achieve fluency and proficiency in English, unlocking a world of opportunities and possibilities for personal and professional growth. Thanks for watching.